We are greatly honored to have Lieutenant General Zamiruddin Shah as the keynote speaker of today's webinar. A former Deputy Chief of Army Staff, a member of the Armed Forces Tribunal, former Vice Chancellor of the Aligarh Muslim University, and author of the Sarkari Musalman, Lieutenant General Zamiruddin Shah has been an unwavering and resolute voice promoting minority rights and protesting against atrocities perpetrated on minority communities. I warmly welcome Lieutenant General Zamiruddin Shah to our webinar and request him to deliver the keynote speech. Over to
Thank you
you,
very
sir.
much. Thank you very much. Good afternoon and Jai Hind. I'm
Jai Hind,
grateful
sir.
to Diwan Abdul Ghani College for requesting me to join this webinar. Respected Professor Punian, Shri Manabendra Devnath, Shri Sumitra Dastidar, Shri Suhail KK. I think the biggest curse of Indian society is the caste system. There's no denying it. What has happened, the majority community is afflicted by the Brahmanical mode, and to some extent, to a lesser extent, the Muslim society by the Sayyidist mode. Both these, the Brahmanical and the Sayyidist forces, have always tried to protect their own interests so that they could socially dominate the others. Now, if you look at the 2011 census, the scheduled castes are 16.6%, scheduled tribes 8.6%, and the Muslims 15%. That makes it 49.2%, correction, 40.2%. Or if you look at it, 52 million. Now that's more than the population of the United States. But where are these 52 million? Unfortunately, the Muslim society has also been afflicted by the abhorrent practice of casteism. The low caste among the Muslims or the Dalit Muslims are afflicted by untouchability, surprised, separate burial grounds. I'm told that in some areas they are told to stand in the rear rows during namaz when offering prayers. Now, religion and caste has been employed, as I said, by the upper castes to protect their own interests and for social dominance. To press this forward and to dominate the Dalits and the Muslims, we've seen many occasions of mob lynching, communal riots, and often sponsored and orchestrated riots. This is something which the country needs to be made aware of, and this is something which the country must curb. Suppressing the far more pressing issues, these are things which are suppressing the far more important issues of social and economic upliftment of the marginalized persons of society. So Dalits and Muslims have to fight a battle. For the Dalits, it is the fight against social injustice. For the Muslims, it is a constitutional fight. They have got to fight it constitutionally. Unfortunately, what has happened is a religion whose main strength is equality of all people has adopted the ill customs of the majority. For example, caste, dowry, and other ills. They have not adopted the better practices of the majority community. For example, stress on education and other things. I have been uh, involved during my service in curbing communal riots. In 2002, the division which I commanded was inducted into Gujarat to curb communal riots which had ravaged the whole state. And what was my observation? I found that the police authority in Gujarat had become totally communalized, totally politicized, and not at all neutral. Now, this is a problem across the country. It is not only it was not only apparent in Gujarat. I have seen the same phenomenon in Delhi during the riots. I have seen the same attitude of the police in dealing with students of Aligarh Muslim University and Jamia Millia Islamia in Delhi. So this is one aspect which needs to be corrected immediately. And this can only be done in case there is a larger representation in the police forces of the Muslim community and the Dalits. The Dalits too have not escaped the wrath of the Brahmanical forces. So their representation in the police is absolutely essential. Otherwise, we will have a police force which is one-sided, which is communal, and which will never be neutral. Power will only come to the marginalized sections of society, that means the Dalits and the Muslims, in case they are given due representation in the political process. Yes, the position of the Dalits to some extent has been protected by reserved constituencies. But unfortunately, the Muslims have been marginalized politically. Why? What happened? If they've got 15% of the population, it would appear that they should have 15% of the legislatures. But unfortunately, that is not the case, because what has happened is the Muslim majority areas have been declared reserved. So a Muslim cannot be elected from the reserved constituencies where they are in larger strength. Also, delimitation of constituencies has been so intelligently done to carve out Muslim majority areas and subdivide them into various constituencies. I think the delimitation should be done again, and it should be ensured that the Muslims get proper representation. If not, we are not asking for the reservation. No, not at all. I think the Dalits who have been victimized for thousands of years need reservations. What the Muslims need is a fair deal in the political process and a fair representation in parliament. I can also say that the representation of Dalits and Muslims in places which have or which wield authority, for example, the administrative services, the police, I am afraid that their representation is only marginal. Their representation also in the armed forces and the paramilitary forces, unfortunately, is very, very marginal, and it needs to be increased. I would only say that in case the Muslim and the Dalits get together, I mean, after all, they constitute 40% of the population. And if they can join together and work together, if they can fight together, I am certain that they would get their proper place in the committee of in the nation. One other problem of the Muslim community is the Dalit Muslims. The Dalit Muslims comprise 80% of the Muslim population. But unfortunately, the upper caste Muslims, the Ashrafs, have been keeping them out of domination, out of educational institutions. So I see no reason why Dalit Muslims should also not have reservations. The scheduled castes started off as only amongst Hindus. Subsequently, the Sikhs and the Buddhists were also included in the scheduled castes. It is time that the nation considers inclusion of the lower caste, the scheduled caste Muslims for reservations. This is a matter which needs immediate attention. The reservation or the upliftment not only of the scheduled caste but also of the scheduled caste Muslims, because they have discrimination amongst the majority community, and to a large extent they face discrimination against their own community. I think the Muslims need to correct this. Islam preaches equality of all sections of population, but the upper caste Muslims seem to have forgotten that. I am very, very grateful, and I'm looking forward to hearing the other speakers. I am sure that they have got a lot of other points. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable insights with us and shining a light on the ground realities of the minorities issues in contemporary India.